Welcome back to OTT, I'm your host Gaz, and in today's video we're going to be looking at exactly what Xbox have purchased when they purchased Activision and all the games that come along with it. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell notification turned on so you never miss a video just like this one. In this video we're going to be looking at all the numerous amount of games that Xbox have now acquired with the acquisition of Activision. Blur, an arcade racing video game released in May 2010 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. It was developed by Bizarre Creations and published by Activision in North America and Europe. Caesar is a 1992 city-building computer game published by Sierra Online, in which the player undertakes the role of a Roman governor, building ancient Roman cities, released in 1992 on the Amiga and ported the following year to the Atari ST, the PC and the Macintosh. Call of Duty, a first-person shooter video franchise published by Activision, starting out in 2003. It was first focused on the games of World War II, but over time the series has seen games set in the midst of the Cold War, the futuristic world and also outer space. Candy Crush Saga is a free-to-play, match-free puzzle video game released by King on April the 12th, 2012 for Facebook, other versions of iOS, Android, Windows Phone and Windows 10 followed shortly, and also will be released on Windows 11. Crash Bandicoot is an American video game franchise originally developed by Naughty Dog as an exclusive for Sony's PlayStation console and has seen numerous installments created by numerous developers and published on multiple platforms. Diablo is an action role-playing dungeon crawler video game series developed by Blizzard North and continued by Blizzard Entertainment after the North studio shut down in 2005. The series is made up of 3 core games: Diablo, Diablo 2 and also Diablo 3. DJ Hero is a music video game developed by Freestyle Games and published by Activision as a rhythm game spin-off of the Guitar Hero franchise. It was released on October the 27th in 2009 in North America and on the 29th of October 2009 in Europe. Empire Earth is a series of real-time strategy video games developed by Stainless Steel Studios and Mad Dog Software and published by Sierra Entertainment, Activision and Vivendi. The games in this series are historical RTS games that are similar to Age of Empires. Gabriel Knight is a series of point-and-click adventure games released by Sierra Online in the 1990s, created by Jane Jensen. The character is an author and a bookstore owner in New Orleans who is investigating a strange series of murders when he learns he is descended from a long line of Schattenjäger. Geometry Wars is a series of top-down multi-directional shooter video games developed by Bizarre Creations and later Lucid Games. Other titles in the series has launched in following years to other platforms by Bizarre Creations and publishers Vivendi Games and Activision. Guitar Hero is a series of music rhythm game video games first released in 2005, in which players use a guitar-shaped controller to simulate playing primarily lead, bass guitar and rhythm guitar across numerous songs. Gun is a Western-themed action-adventure video game developed by Neversoft and published by Activision for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, Xbox 360 in 2005. Hearthstone is a free-to-play online digital collectible card game developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment, originally subtitled Heroes of Warcraft. Hearthstone builds upon the existing lore of the Warcraft series by using the same elements, characters and relics. Heroes of the Storm is a crossover multiplayer online battle arena video game developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment and released on June 2nd, 2015 for Microsoft Windows and the Mac operating system. Hexen is a fantasy first-person shooter video game developed by Raven Software and published by ID Software through GT Interactive Software on October the 30th, 1995. Interstate 76 is a vehicular combat video game for Microsoft Windows. It was developed and published by Activision and released on March 28, 1997. King's Quest is a graphic adventure game series released between 1980 and 2016. Created by American software company Sierra Entertainment. It is widely considered a classic series from the golden era of adventure games. Laura Bow Mysteries is a character-driven graphic adventure game by Sierra Online. The Lost Vikings. The Lost Vikings is a side-scrolling platform adventure in which the player alternates control of the 3 Viking characters, guiding each of them one at a time from a designated start point in each level to the exit. Overwatch. Overwatch is a 2016 team-based multiplayer first-person shooter game developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment. It is described as a hero shooter. Overwatch assigns players into 2 teams of 6, with each player selecting from a large roster of characters known as heroes with unique abilities. Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria is a point-and-click adventure horror video game designed by Roberta Williams for Microsoft DOS and Microsoft Windows and released by Sierra Online on August 24th, 1995. It tells the story of Adrienne Delaney, a writer who moves into a remote mansion and finds herself terrorized by supernatural forces. Pitfall is a platform video game designed by David Crane for the Atari 2600 and released by Activision in 1982. The player controls Pitfall Harry and is tasked with collecting all the treasures in the jungle within 20 minutes. The world consists of 255 screens which are horizontally connected into a flip screen manner. Police Quest is a series of police simulation video games produced and published by Sierra Online between 1987 and 1998. The first 5 were adventure simulation games, the first 3 which were designed by former police officer Jim Walls. Prototype is an open-world action-adventure video game developed by Radical Entertainment and published by Activision. The game was released in North America on June 9, 2009 for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, in southwestern parts of North America for Microsoft Windows, as well as Oceania on June 10th, and in Europe on June 12th. Versions for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were released on July 14th, 2015, along with the sequel as Prototype Biohazard Bundle. Separate versions of the games became available in August 2015. Quest for Glory is a series of hybrid adventure role-playing video games which were designed by Corey and Laurie Ann Cole. The series was created in the Sierra Creative Interpreter, a toolset developed by Sierra specifically to assist with adventure game development. Singularity is a 2010 first-person shooter video game developed by Raven Software and published by Activision and released for the Microsoft Windows, the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. It is built on the Epic Games Unreal Engine 3. Skylanders. Skylanders is a toys-to-life action-adventure video game series published by Activision. Skylanders games are played by placing character figures called the Skylanders on the Portal of Power, a device that reads the figures. It tags through a system called the NFC and imports their character represented by the figure into the game as a playable character. Soldier of Fortune is a first-person shooter video game developed by Raven Software and published by Activision in 2000 for Microsoft Windows. It was later released for the PlayStation 2 as well as the Dreamcast, while Loki Software also made a port for the Linux. Space Quest is a series of 6 comic science fiction adventure games released between 1986 and 1995. The games follow the adventures of a hapless janitor named Roger Wilco as he campaigns through the galaxy for truth, justice and really clean floors. Spyro the Dragon. Spyro is a series of platform video games which feature the main protagonist Spyro, a dragon. Since the series' introduction in 1998 with the PlayStation game Spyro the Dragon, there have been numerous sequels and also a reboot trilogy. StarCraft is a 1998 military science fiction real-time strategy game developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment for Microsoft Windows. The game spawned the StarCraft franchise and became the first game of the video game series. Tenchu is an action-adventure stealth video game series originally developed by the Japanese developer Acquire, where the players assume the role of a ninja in the 16th century Japan. Time Shift is a first-person shooter developed by Saber Interactive and published by Vivendi Games for the Microsoft Windows, the Xbox 360 and also the PlayStation 3. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Tony Hawk's is a skateboarding video game series published by Activision and endorsed by the American professional skateboarder of the same name, Tony Hawk. True Crime is a series of an open-world action-adventure video games told from the perspective of law enforcement. There are 2 games in this series: True Crime Streets of LA, released in 2003, and also True Crime New York City, which was released in 2005. World of Warcraft is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game released in 2004 by Blizzard Entertainment and is also still running to date. Zork is an interactive fiction computer game. It was originally developed by 4 members of MIT Dynamic Modeling Group, Tim Anderson, Mark Blank, Bruce Daniels and Dave Lebling between 1977 and 1979 for the DEC PDP-10 mainframe computer. So there we have it, that is a full list of what is coming with Activision and Xbox with their new collaboration. Those are all of the new IPs that Xbox have now acquired and potentially bringing onto the future to make some new games around these titles. So just like we said previously, if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also leave all your thoughts down in the comment section below. I also hope to see you all in the next video, so thanks for watching and OTT out.